Busan, South Korea, a quiet coastal city where neon lights hum over calm streets. But behind one small apartment door, a 23-year-old woman named Jung Yoo-jung was sinking into something darker than fiction. She wasn't a killer at first, just an ordinary young woman who loved stories of them. Her shelves were lined with true crime novels, documentaries played on loop, and online forums fed her fascination. She read about motives, crime scenes, and how investigators solved the impossible. But fascination began turning into fixation. Soon, curiosity started whispering questions no normal mind would entertain. What does it feel like to take a life? Could I do it perfectly like the killers I read about? Over months, Jung began to study murder, not as an observer but as a student. She searched online for how to hide a body, best way to clean a crime scene, and how police track killers. Her browser history read like a confession. Then she found her victim. Through a tutoring app, Jung posed as the mother of a high school student wanting English lessons. The tutor, a young woman in her 20s, was polite, kind, and unsuspecting. They arranged to meet at the tutor's home. Jung arrived in disguise, wearing a school uniform and glasses, carrying a school bag. Inside, it wasn't homework, it was a knife. What happened next lasted only minutes. A scream muffled by walls, blood, and silence, driven not by hate or revenge, but pure curiosity. Jung killed the woman she'd never met before just to see what murder felt like. Then came the cold precision. She dismembered the body, packed it into a suitcase, and called a taxi. CCTV later showed her dragging the suitcase like any traveler heading to a station. But instead of a destination, she headed toward the Nakdong River, where she tried to dump the remains. It didn't work. Police were already on her trail, suspicious of inconsistencies in her story and the tutor's sudden disappearance. When they traced her movements, they found blood evidence and CCTV footage. Jung confessed. In custody, she didn't cry. She told investigators she had acted out of curiosity inspired by her obsession with true crime media. Her words chilled the nation. I wanted to know what it would be like. In November 2023, a South Korean court sentenced her to life imprisonment. Psychologists later called it one of the most disturbing examples of fantasy crossing into reality, when fascination became imitation. Now her name is a warning whispered in every Korean true crime circle. Obsession can start as curiosity, but sometimes curiosity kills.